Hello, 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 stamping friends. Hello and good evening. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I am Caron Bailey, your independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And tonight I am here to bring to you Paper Pumpkin in the craft room. You guys, as you know, Stampin' Up! Has a monthly subscription kit that's called Paper Pumpkin. Every month, once you are subscribed, you do get a monthly kit in a box that you can create whatever projects Stampin' Up! is presenting for that month. I am so far behind. I've got stacks and stacks of them, so I figure why not come share how I create them with you, okay? Just a little craft time with each other. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you like what you see tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what we're doing here. And don't forget to like, share, and invite your friends to come on over and watch with us, and also to subscribe to my channel. I do have a personal goal of trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the month. That's my goal, and I've been going diligently toward that. So I do thank and appreciate all of you, my new subscribers, for doing that with me. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back. I hope you were able to grab your Paper Pumpkin kit, because we are ready to rock and roll. As always, you guys, I always try to do with you all of any upcoming information that we have. And I'm going to try to run through them as quickly as possible, because I want to get to creating the cards. If there's something that you want me to expand about a little bit more, make sure you make a comment. And once I catch your comment, I can always go back and take a listen and give you a little bit more information on that, okay? I am going to turn on my personal fan because it is hot as Hades in here. And I had the other fan going, but I think that was bringing in a little bit of a noise. If the sound from my personal cooling device gets a little overwhelming, please just let me know, and I'll adjust fire with that one. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at all of the promotions, and let's see what's going on for us here in the craft room. All right, special release papers. We've talked about them for a bit. 5 new releases that are available in the online exclusives only. And this is for, there are 5 new papers, online exclusives. I looked at the inventory. Several of them are out of inventory and should be back early to mid October is when they'll be back in the back in stock and available for purchase. All right, so that's that. So the Paper Pumpkin kit that we have, you guys, the newest Paper Pumpkin kit, don't forget to subscribe if you are going to subscribe. The subscription period always ends on the 10th of the month, and the new subscription box will be available the very next day on the 11th. Okay, it is a month to month. You can purchase your subscription month to month. You can pay for a quarterly subscription, a 6-month subscription, or you can pay for an annual subscription. Whichever one suits your budget, that's the option that we can talk about a little bit more. I wanted to go ahead and share with you on about the upcoming World Card Making Day. We have on World Card Making Day, October 7th, Stampin' Up! Is hosting a World Card Making Day event. And this event is free. You get to create with us. It's for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and card crafters as well. It's not just for demonstrators. And again, like, did I mention that it was free? I don't know. Did I? But it is free. Now, 3 cards will be made during the event, and it's 3 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Times. The kits that will be used are the bundles, the Circle Sayings, Earth and Elegance, and new to us is the Heartfelt Hexagon set. Okay, this is currently available. The Earth and Elegance stamp set, if you have not already ordered that, that is on back order, you guys. Everybody has been prepping and purchasing in time for, hey Tamika, how are you? Everybody has been purchasing the bundles in time for October 7th, okay? So if you are interested in that, unfortunately, we'll have to, let me take a look at the Earth and Elegance, and I'm going to share with you what I think might be comparable. So if you may have those those stamp sets in your arsenal, you might be able to substitute for that, okay? All right, and last that just was released, I gotta share with you, one of the things that I'm always trying to do is to grow my Stampin' Up team. And you guys, start for the 35th year for Stampin' Up, starting on October 3rd. When you join Stampin' Up in the month of October, starting from the 3rd of October to the 35th of October, you have the option to pick your kit. So here's what you can do. Option one is to get your kit at 35% off. Our kit is $99 and you get $125 worth of products. So you would get that $125, and I don't know my math off the top of my head, but you would get the $99 at 35% off of that. Or, second option, you can get 35% more. So still for 35%, for $99, you can choose whether you want to add 35% more product. I think it's something like $168 if I remember the math off the top of my head. So you would get $168 worth of products for $99 plus free shipping on either option. But wait, there's more. Okay? Stampin' Up has, what we have is going on is on stage, virtual on stage on the 11th of November. What is on stage, you might ask? That is where Stampin' Up gathers as many of their demonstrators that register for the program, and we get together, we get to see the newest catalog that's getting ready to premiere, and we also get to pre-order before any demonstrator that does not attend. I'm excited about that. You guys, that's an additional $77 value. That is the registration fee for the onstage event. So you get that free if you join Stampin' Up between the 3rd of October and the 31st. Don't mess up and join on the 1st or the 2nd. The 3rd of October is when this promotion goes live. Okay? All right, so that's it for promotions, you guys. And now we're gonna just get ready to jump right on in. Oh, I have to share with you, always have to share with you the host code. I am doing a paper pumpkin kit, so most things that you see in this kit tonight will not be available because it is part of a kit. And you're only able to purchase any of the refills if you are a current paper pumpkin subscriber. All right, so let's get ready. Let's get started and see what we got going on. All right. So when I get my paper pumpkin kit, y'all, I take everything out and I repackage everything. One, because for space purposes, let me put all this stuff away. For space purposes, these boxes take up a lot of space, so I tend to repackage mine and put them in little envelopes, okay? So in the the June paper pumpkin kit, we featured the it's the Welcome In Paper Pumpkin Kit. And if you are looking through your catalog, you'll notice that this looks familiar. This looks like the Countryside Inn. And that's exactly what this kit coordinated with. So even if you're not subscribing to Paper Pumpkin tonight or today, and you don't have this kit, you guys, if you purchase the Countryside Inn bundle, suite, or the collection, you could possibly recreate some of these cards with some or all of the elements, okay? All right, so here we go. As always, what I do love with the Stampin' Up, the Paper Pumpkin Kit, you get everything that you need to create, in this case, 6 cards. That's a total of, 9 cards. So you'll get a total of 9 envelopes and everything you see here to create these kits. Now, tonight, we're only going to create 1 of each, okay? And we do that primarily because I want to make sure that if I want to create something else, I have the option to do that, okay? So the other thing that this is beautiful for is instructions, okay? You get a how-to on how to put all of this stuff together, what to stamp, how to stamp, where to stamp it, and everything in between. You also get with your little instruction sheet, you guys, you have a ruler, okay, that's attached right on this piece of paper. This is an 18-inch ruler that was provided for you. Why is that a good thing? I'll tell you why. When you're traveling, because the purpose when you travel with a paper pumpkin kit, it's meant to be a grab and go that you can travel with and you can put everything together. So you don't, one less thing you have to worry about packing is a ruler, because you already have a ruler. Bet you didn't know that, huh? All right, let's take a look at what's in the package and then we'll go ahead and move on from there. So we have these awesome envelopes. This is boho blue, that's the color, and of course this was the pattern in the Countryside Inn designer series paper. And there's 9 envelopes. Let's put those aside because we don't need anything to do with them yet. We've got card bases, and we're going to go through and we're going to pull one of each. 1, 2, because we're only going to create 1. And here's the third. And we'll put the rest away. So guys, here's another tip for you, right? You know we do a lot of crafting with designer series paper, right? So instead of using this, you've already got an 8.5 by 5.5, 8.5 by 5.5 piece of designer series paper here that you can cut this down into 4 by 5.25 and make this just a card front just as is. So many different options on what to do with these. So we're gonna get creative. Hopefully we'll have time to do some alternatives tonight. If not, I'll make some alternatives and I'll share those with you at a later date. Also in the package, what you'll have is you'll have all of the pre-die cut items. I don't know why I wasn't able to pull those off. So I'm gonna need one of these and the rest we're gonna put away. We're gonna need one of these and the rest we're gonna put away. Well, actually, we're gonna just grab one of those. Okay. The rest that we have here. Okay, we need one of those too. Ah, the flowers are different. So here's that. Then we're also going to need one of these. We're going to need one of these. We're going to need, let's grab everything we're going to need. We need one of those. We need 2 of these. We might need another. All right. I try to put everything aside that we're going to need. That way we don't have to do a lot of hunting for things. And I know we're going to need one of these. So when you purchase this kit, it came with a stamp set and an individual mini ink stamping spot. And the color stamping block that it came with, I think it was Night of Navy is what it came with. Now I'm not quite sure what I did with my Night of Navy block, so I'm just going to grab my Night of Navy ink pad. Okay. All right. Now I don't throw these things out because you guys, you can also repurpose how we're using these, okay? And I'll share a couple of things with you on what you could do. You can actually cover these with some a piece of cardstock or a piece of copy paper. Just cover them, and then you can use the rest of it as a stencil. Okay, just some ideas. Now, when this kit was out, you had the option to get an add-on, and in the add-on you had, this is the add-on, this little mini die set that included these items right here. Okay, all right, so let's get stamping and see what we are going to create today. These are already stamped. I know we're going to need one of these. Wait a minute. So I'm going to try to get as much of the stamping done as I can, okay? Hmm. Oh, I see. And what I'm seeing is that it seems like the die cut ones are a little bit smaller. But we're gonna make it work. I think that's what it's supposed to be, right? Grab my little paper pumpkin block. And I'm gonna go and grab a little piece of scratch paper, which I should have a whole bunch, and I just put them somewhere. Because I'm gonna use this to stamp. And because I think the stamp is just a little bit bigger than the die cut, it's gonna make a little bit of a mess. And as much as I have grid paper, I absolutely don't, I don't like to get it dirty. I know. That's the purpose of it, right? But I don't like to get it dirty. All right. Let's make sure this has good coverage. All right, that's good. Then we're gonna bring our little, oops. If my head gets in the way, I do apologize. I need to be over it just a tad, just to make sure I line it up relatively evenly, okay? All right. This is where reversible tweezers come in handy. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna pick one of our projects to start with first. And I think the first one we're gonna work on, why not just start where we, at the beginning? So we're gonna do this one first, okay? So that one has this. It has this. Whoops. This is going to be like so. And again, I just like to lay things out, position them so that I can see what's supposed to happen, okay? And I know we need one of these. Because this is going to go right here, like so. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment right at the bottom. Right here, okay? And it says, "Thank you for your hospitality." Alrighty. Okay. Let that sit there. Pick it up with one of our other blocks. Condition our stamp. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. Okay. Okay. Make sure our sentiment goes on. That does not look straight to me. Okay, now it's straight. Stamp our sentiment. Make sure we have good transfer. Perfect. And now we can put this first card together because that's how easy that was. So we're going to grab a piece of cardstock. Okay. And that's just to make sure. I'm going to go check the instructions, right? All right, so you see this is the instruction that's telling us how to do this, right? And this tells you that you got into your kit, you had some score tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my score tape, and it tells you exactly where you should apply your score tape as well. All right, we grab my score tape. All right. I'm just gonna grab this. And one of the tips for a demonstrator that I saw that told me about how to easily maneuver with your score tape, she put this little trick and she put it right on her arm, just like this. Right? And all you do at that point is you run it across wherever you need it. The instruction tells us just to put a piece right down the middle. And so that's what we're going to do. Add a piece right down the middle. And you guys, all you need is your block. And there you go. That's it. All right, let's add our score tape while we've got it on our wrist. The instructions at this point says we should add some across the top and down the sides. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to add some across the top. Cut. Down the sides. I love it when I remember tips from other demonstrators, because let me tell you, otherwise I struggle sometimes. And it's just always easier. I mean, demonstrators that have been in the business for a long time, it's just easier because they've done it. They've been through most of it all. And they have some awesome tips for us newbies and new beginners. We are never too old to learn in this craft. Okay. Okay. This one's finished. So this must have been a roll, not a Stampin' Up roll. It must have been another roll that I had from another kit that I finished. So let's just grab some more. And finish off adding our score tape. You don't even need a block. You can rip it with your hands or your fingers if that's what you wanted to do. It's just easier for me to do it that way. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to burnish the tape in. That way the adhesive transfers properly. And then I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool to remove it. Oh, actually, I don't want to remove it yet. So what I want to do first, oh, I got to do the same on this one. Just burnish that adhesive in there. And then I'm going to burnish this one as well, because I want this to lay as flat as possible. Okay. All right, so the first thing this is going to do is going to go about center. And again, I'm using the grid paper to line things up. I just need that little extra to make sure I'm lining things up properly. I have a little trash bin off to the side. All right, and then all I'm gonna do is try to line this up. Let's see, it went straight from the top, so I'm gonna line it up from the top, making sure that it's about even. And when I tell you that perfection is not always necessary, that is kind of what I mean on this, okay? All right. Now we're just going to take this tape off. The adhesive backing. Now, because of the instructions said to do the score tape on this one, but you guys, if I was doing this, and I will probably do it on one of the others, this would definitely have dimensionals on it, okay, or foam tape, some sort of foam tape, because I need for this, I need some height in my projects. That's just me. You don't have to have it, but that's just me. Okay, we're gonna lay this on just like so. And then I'm gonna add I'm actually going to pop this up. Yes, I am. Because I have to have a little bit of height. I must have height somewhere for me to be happy. Oh, this is some strips. Oh, that's all they gave was strips today. All right, that's not a problem. That'll fit right there, right nicely. So I think my goal is, because like I said, I do have quite a bit of paper pumpkin kits backed up. I think until I get down to a reasonable amount, I'm gonna try to go live with you. I'm gonna try every week. Now I'm gonna go live on my Facebook page, okay? So if you're not following me on my Facebook page, please go over to Facebook. It's facebook.com/sweetsignatures, and that is my Facebook page. I would love to have you follow me on that page, and then also join me on Tuesdays so that we can put together our paper pumpkin kits. Boom, there we go. And then lastly, we're gonna put 3 of these jewels, and then this first card is complete. It's that simple, you guys. And just like that, you would have 9 cards ready for sending. So if you wanted to have a get together with some of your girlfriends with 9 kits, 9 cards. If you gathered 3 of your girlfriends together, everybody would go home with one of each of these cards. So everybody go home with a set of 3 cards, right? Most of the kits are either 9 or 8 cards, I believe. All right, card number 1 is complete. Woohoo! Love it. All right, so let's get started on the next one. What is our next one? Let's take a look and see what our next one is. Card number 2 is this one. Oopsie daisy. And I just try to show you how you can work with the cards, work with the projects, how easy it is just to follow the instructions. That's how easy it would be for this card. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I guess we need to stamp another one. Let's see, what does it look like? Oh no, we stamped that one already, so we already have that. Now we're gonna add our foam strips to this guy right here. Now here's the thing, you guys, and here's what I would advise you to do, because it's me, right? This is a little trick. I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to use these because they're longer. It's easier for me to add it directly to this piece and then line up this on top of it. That's easier for me. Now, if it's easier for you to go ahead and add the foam strips to the back of this, then that's what you should do, okay? But you have to work with what's easiest for your process. Okay. It was a slow day at work today. How was everybody's day? I think for us it was a slow day. I've not had it since I've been with the court. I have not seen it be that slow, which is kind of good. Right? I guess that's good, right? Grab my glue scissors. I have so many pairs of scissors, you guys. There's scissors for when I'm cutting glue. There's scissors for when I'm cutting ribbon. There's scissors for when I'm cutting or anything with adhesive, I should say, not just glue. Scissors for when I'm cutting fabric. Scissors for cutting paper. There's scissors for everything. Now, I try not to mix them up. Doesn't always work. So there's this thing called alcohol that you, especially if you use your, especially if you use the glue scissors or the non-glue scissors, you can wipe off the gummy stuff with okay, let's take a look and see what we got going on here. All right, so now all we're going to do is we're going to remove this backing. Do you listen to music when you're crafting? Do you have a favorite song, a favorite type of music? What do you listen to when you're crafting? If I'm not recording like I am now, I would be listening either to an audiobook or I would be listening to Afrobeats. I love Afrobeats, or gospel, because I tend to listen to either gospel or Afrobeats when I'm crafting the most. All right, so now we're just going to try to make sure we carefully line things up. And we're just going to go from one side to the next. And just like that, we have everything lined up. Okay. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, says we should put our score tape on the back. Now, y'all, I'm going to use my Seal Plus, because that is very strong. Perfect. And this will go on our card base. We're almost done with this one. We're not quite done just yet. Make sure we line this up in the middle, or as centered as we can make it. Like so. And then we're going to build our card. Anybody know where my, okay, there it is. Like, where did it go? All right, we're going to put that guy right here. And again, you can use the score tape, or I'm going to use some Seal Plus. Run it right down the middle. A little bit on the side, a little bit on the side. And I'm going to use my reversible tweezers just to help me put things in place. Okay. Again, using the grid lines on the grid paper. I'm going to line this right up. Make sure it's as straight as I can possibly get it. And then put that in place. And then last is our little sentiment. Where did it go? I thought we took one out. Okay. That's all good. We did not. We meant to take one out, but we did not. And I'm going to find my mini dimensionals. Then I'm going to add that right on here. Perfect. Remove the adhesive backing. I gotta get my nails done, you guys. I went this time, but I think they're a little bit too long. My nails, what do you think? What color do you think I should do my nails? We're coming into fall. Should I go with fall colors? Should I just do a basic French manicure? I'm thinking somewhat nude. It's kind of where what I'm thinking about. Okay, perfect. And then we just need to add some gems, and this card is done. Look at how fast we're going through these cards, you guys. All right, where do we have these? We have one down here. And the rule of 3 is, and then you try to balance where you put them, okay? So if you have one here, typically it'll be one here and then one up there. Just try to keep them balanced. And there we go. Our second card is done, y'all. Look at how fast this was. Perfect. That's card number 2. Last card, based on the instructions. Let me grab a drink of water. Whew. All right, so the last card, that's why I couldn't figure out what it was. I couldn't. So I'm going to need 2 of these. Here's 1. Here's 2. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need 1 of these. And 1 of those. All right. Now again, this I will never throw out. Okay? Well, not never. It'll get all yucky looking, but for the most part, I won't throw it out anytime soon, okay? All right, so the next thing I need to do is I need to put this image on the block. And I'm just going to prime this a little bit. Here's my little scrap piece of paper. Oh, I just need 1. I just need 1. Okay. And now I'm going to grab my blue ink, Night of Navy. That's the color we're using. Going to ink up my stamp. And I will always do a test stamp. And the reason I do a test stamp, especially on stamps that I've not used before, is to make sure that it's been conditioned properly and that the ink is going to adhere on it as well. All right, so what I see is that we just took the stamp and, oh, that was not good. That was not good. Well, there's 2 sides to everything, right? There's 2 sides to everything, especially paper, right? So we're just going to flip that over and we're going to go ahead and stamp. Do they have that more towards the bottom? Yep. So the bottom is covered. I see that I need to add more ink to it, right? Perfect. And then just make sure that it's covered. Make sure you have good ink transfer. And then take this off. Perfect. All right, so we've got that done. Now we're going to put this out of the way. This out of the way. And so what does it say that we need to do? We need to add a strip of adhesive here. What's going on here? What are you telling me? And then I'm just going to add some tape right down the middle, like so. Make sure I roll up the edges. It's a little bit wider, so you have to make sure, I have to make sure that the adhesive is where it needs to be. Okay. Perfect. So that part's good. Set that aside. Then we're going to add adhesive to this part. Oops. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to bring in our last piece of cardstock. Okay. Make sure I burnish this fold properly. Oops. And this one's gonna open horizontal. It's gonna open vertical rather than hot dog, right? And so what I see that's happening here is we are going to center this piece. Okay. Okay, we're going to center this on our piece of cardstock. Making sure it's centered. Oops. So you're even as you can get it now. Okay, so we have that. Then the next thing we have to add is our strip. Like so. And we're going to add this little banner strip. That was not very neat. Right just above here, like so. Okay. Alrighty. The next thing we need to do now is we need to stamp that welcome sign. Not sign, the welcome. I have these cute little bags for when I do my, when I send out some Mary Kay samples. I would love to do that, Tamika. I'm thinking that if I do it live next time on YouTube, I would use Zoom as my streaming, because then Zoom I can have the invite into the Zoom room. So I would love to have you join me if you're thinking about it. Usually on the last Friday of the month, I do a Kit Together class, and that's Zoom. Where's my welcome sign? There it is. And what the Kit Together is that if you have any sort of kits whatsoever that you need to put together, I invite you to join me. I will send out a Zoom link. I only send the link if you RSVP that you're coming. I don't send one out unless I have RSVPs. If I don't have any RSVPs, I'll just go live on YouTube by myself, and I'll put I'll put the kits together. All right, so now we're just going to ink up our welcome sign. Oops. I need you to be there, my friend. Make sure I grab that piece of scrap paper again. Make sure I got good transfer. Oops. There we go. Make sure I have good ink transfer. Center our... I did a post the other day, and it asked me what was my favorite Stampin' Up tool. And you guys, I think people thought I was weird when I said my favorite Stampin' Up tool is grid paper. It is my absolute favorite tool. when you have an issue with lining things up like I do, anything, any little edge that you can get is a blessing. That's how I look at it. Okay. All right. So let's see what we have left to do with this one. So we just put strips of paper, strips on here, but you know, I have to have some sort of elevation. So I'm going to put some glue dots, some dimensionals on the back of the vase. And then keep everything else all right, perfect. So let's see. This guy went down here like so. We use the bottom to line it up. Just make sure we have even on both sides. And there we go. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on this, or some sort of foam tape, foam strip, because I like it like that. And voila, we have our 3 cards almost done. All right, so what we do here is we center this, making sure that this is straight, and then put this right in the center. Let it drop. That's not centered. That's about center right there. And then let's grab some adhesive like so. And then this one is over on this side like so. And then this one is on the other side like so. Okay. All right, and last but not least is we're gonna add some gems. One is here. And I just try to approximate where they have them in the image instructions to put them together. All right. All right, you guys, so now we have created 3 of the cards from the June Paper Pumpkin kit. Okay, love them. I think they're gorgeous as is, but they're not as pumped up for me. They're a little simple for me. Okay, so here are the 3 cards from the Paper Pumpkin kit as they were designed. Okay, now the second set, when I create them, I'm just gonna take this basic design and try to bump it up just a notch. And then on the last one of each, I'm gonna try to repurpose the elements that we have. So I've been with you almost an hour, and you guys, I always try to keep you guys no longer than an hour. So I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. I try not to keep you guys longer than an hour. I know it's the end of the night. Folks have to go to bed. So do I. Right? And we are going to repurpose all of this. Okay? 1, 2, and 3. You guys, there's still time for you to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. The window to subscribe for the September Paper Pumpkin or the October paper pumpkin closes on October 10th. So you do still have a little bit of time to subscribe to that. You can do a monthly pay-as-you-go subscription, which is kind of like what I do, because sometimes the kits are treats, and I don't necessarily enjoy like treat boxes and stuff like that. I don't have a lot of babies or young kids in my circle, so I don't necessarily tend to do that a lot. Oops. All right. So this is the kit for the October kit. We will be making some treats, some cards for Christmas, some holiday cards. So if you're wanting to stamp with me using that kit, you have up until the 10th of September to subscribe. There's my information to subscribe to my paper pumpkin. And I hope you will do so and you're able to join me. All right, you guys, that's it for us tonight. Again, I thank you for joining me. If at all you do need to reach out to me, my email is sweetsignatures@gmail.com. I would love for you to be a part of my VIP customer team. But if you like a discount, you love saving money, I would love for you if you would join my team. When you join Stampin' Up, you start off at 20% discount off the bat of everything that you order. And don't forget the promotion special for the month of October, where you can either get 35% more products or pay $35% less for the kit. And our subscription is only $99 a month, $99 for the starter kit. You guys, thank you for joining me. I am Caron Bailey, your independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And I wish you a very good night, Godspeed, and God bless. Happy stamping!